You're not gifted, you're trained. Somewhere between age 4 and 11, something in your house wasn't safe. A person, a silence, a mood that changed the temperature of a room, and your brain made a decision you don't remember making. Get smarter or get hurt. So it chose smarter. It wired your prefrontal cortex like a security system, turned every dinner table into a chessboard, and handed you an IQ you never asked for. Psychologists call it hypervigilant cognition. The internet is starting to call it traumatic intelligence. I call it the reason you can read a room in 4 seconds and cut a 10-year friendship in 4 minutes. Because here's the part nobody says out loud. People with traumatic intelligence don't lose relationships. They execute them cleanly, quietly, permanently. No closure, no final text, just a door that was open yesterday and bricked shut by morning. So before you congratulate yourself for being the smart one, the perceptive one, the one who always saw it coming, let's talk about what it actually cost you. Here are the 7 signs you have traumatic intelligence, ending with the brutal reason you cut everyone off without flinching. Number 7. You can predict people's behavior with disturbing accuracy. You meet someone at a party. Within 11 minutes, you've clocked their attachment style, their relationship with their mother, their drinking pattern, and the exact sentence they'll use to betray you in 8 months. And you're right. You're always right. Your friends call it intuition. It's not intuition. It's a forensic database built from childhood, where reading the micro-expressions of an unstable adult was the difference between dinner and silence. Neuroscientists at the University of Wisconsin found that children raised in unpredictable environments developed enlarged amygdala prefrontal connectivity, meaning they literally process social data faster than regulated kids. You're not psychic. You're a war correspondent who never left the front line. Number 6, you find most people exhausting in a way you can't explain. It's not that you don't like people, it's that talking to them feels like running a background check while pretending to enjoy small talk about pumpkin spice. Every conversation is a 4-track recording. What they're saying, what they mean, what they want, and what they're hiding. By the time you get home, you're not tired, you're audited. Here's the part nobody tells you. This isn't introversion. Introverts are recharged by solitude. You're recharged by the absence of surveillance. There's a difference, and your therapist has been trying to explain it to you for 3 sessions. And here's the kicker. Solitude doesn't heal you, it just stops the bleeding. You're not antisocial. You're a soldier on leave, and every, "Hey, you free Saturday?" feels like getting redeployed. Number 5. You have an almost pathological relationship with competence. You learned something dark and early. Incompetence gets you punished, but excellence makes you invisible, and invisible was safe. So you became excellent at everything, not because you wanted to, because mediocrity was a threat vector. You can change a tire, write a thesis, mediate a fight, and host Thanksgiving while running a low-grade fever. And you resent every single person who can't. This is what researchers awkwardly call performance-based safety. Your competence isn't a personality trait, it's a fortress, and the moat is full of everyone who made you feel like a birding. The cruel joke? The world rewards your fortress. Promotions, praise, you're so put together. Nobody claps when you finally rest, so you keep building, brick by brick, mistaking exhaustion for identity.
Number 4, you notice the lie before you notice the person. Someone walks into the room, and within 3 seconds, you've registered the inconsistency between their smile and their shoulders. You don't even know you're doing it. You'll be mid-bite into a sandwich, and your nervous system will whisper, "Something is off about Brenda." You'll spend the next 4 hours trying to figure out what. Spoiler, Brenda is lying about something small and stupid, and you cracked it before dessert. This is called incongruence detection, and it's one of the most underrated cognitive abilities in psychology. People with traumatic intelligence score off the charts. The catch, you can't turn it off, which means every dinner party is a polygraph and you're the machine. And the loneliest part? You can't share the receipts. Tell someone, I can feel they're lying, and you sound paranoid. So you swallow the data, smile through dessert, and quietly delete them next Tuesday. Number 3, you cannot tolerate being misunderstood. Most people brush off being misread. You will write a 2,000-word internal monologue defending yourself to someone who isn't even thinking about you anymore. Why? Because as a child, being misunderstood wasn't an inconvenience. It was dangerous. A misread mood meant a misread room meant a misread punishment. So your brain built an industrial-strength clarity engine. Every word, every text, every pause is engineered for precision. And when someone still gets you wrong, it doesn't feel like a misunderstanding. It feels like a threat. That's not ego. That's a smoke alarm wired into your vocabulary. Number 2, you're suspicious of kindness. Someone is nice to you, and your first thought is, what do they want? Compliments feel like setup. Generosity feels like leverage. You've turned down help so many times, your friends have stopped offering. Therapists call this anticipatory betrayal, the brain's habit of pre-grieving relationships before they've gone wrong, just to soften the blow it's already certain is coming. It's exhausting, it's lonely, and it's 100% rational given the data your nervous system was trained on. The tragedy is that the algorithm hasn't updated. The threat ended a decade ago. The system didn't get the memo. Number 1, you cut people off without hesitation, without closure, and without regret. This is the one that gets you in trouble. You don't argue, you don't escalate, you don't post passive-aggressive quotes on Instagram. You just vanish. One day they exist, the next day they don't. No second chances, no long conversations, no let's talk it out. Friends call you cold, exes call you ruthless. You call it Tuesday. Here's the truth nobody on YouTube wants to say out loud. This isn't cruelty. It's a survival reflex on a hair trigger. As a child, you couldn't leave. You were trapped. So your adult nervous system overcorrected and built a one-strike policy because the cost of staying too long was once unbearable, and your brain remembers. Researchers studying complex trauma found a strange paradox. High-trauma adults often have better boundaries than the general population, but those boundaries are made of concrete, not conversation. You don't negotiate the wall, you just build it, overnight, while they sleep. The wall isn't punishment, it's prophecy. You're not closing the door on them, you're closing it on the child who once begged a closed door to open. This time, you get to be the one who decides. So why does this matter? Because traumatic intelligence is real, and it's a double-edged scalpel. It made you sharp, it made you capable, it made you the person everyone calls in a crisis. But it also made you allergic to the messy, unoptimized, slightly disappointing reality of normal human relationships. The work isn't to dismantle your intelligence. The work is to teach it that the war is over, that not every silence is a setup, that kindness can just be kindness, that you're allowed to be loved without first being useful. Your brain is brilliant. It just needs new data. And maybe, just maybe, the next time someone disappoints you in a small, human, forgivable way, you'll let them stay.